Greetings, greetings, love or fear here. It's all about choices, all about the choices for the 48-hour reading for Cancer through Sagittarius. This is for Friday and Saturday, October 30th and 31st. So it's Friday and Saturday. I think I already said that. Pardon my redundant. Usual caveats: energy is fluid, masculine, feminine energy is not gender or sex. This is for your development to help move you into your happiest, healthiest, most abundant life. Whatever shows up is what shows up. I do recommend that all readings are at least checked out. You may find something else going on in your life where those other signs may apply to you. Just because the energy that's being pulled for a particular sign at the moment is the most predominant one does not mean it is the only one in your current field. So, because we all have more than one thing going on at a time. So, without further ado, we will begin with Cancer for October 30th and 31st. Happy Halloween if you celebrate. I know there's not a lot people can do, but I know people are getting pretty creative for those who have, children of the trick-or-treating age. So be safe, be well. And welcome is the most important thing. This is the general reading. That was the daily readings, but the energy consumption just got a little intense, especially this last week. Alright, Cancer. This is for Friday and Saturday. Cancer overall energy for Cancer, Friday and Saturday, October 30th and 31st. Most relevant past energy for Cancer, October 30th, 31st. Alrighty then. Present energy for Cancer. Most likely immediate outcome for Cancer in this situation. And most likely overall outcome for Cancer in this situation. So this 10 of Cups keeps coming out. It's the overall energy. I suspect this is a combination of Mercury and Scorpio. And that was hands. Overall, most likely overall outcome. My deck has wings. Needs to kind of lay off the Red Bull there. Alright, Cancer. Overall energy. Now, normally, if you watch a lot of readings, the 10 of Cups is about fulfillment and happiness and love and abundance and all that good stuff. Not this deck. This deck, this is someone who treats their cups with a bit of frivolousness, carelessness, doesn't really pay much attention to what they're doing. They're playing around. They're having a good time. They're not really paying attention to, what's happening with those cups. It's all about them and their enjoyment. So is this your energy or something in your energy? We'll find out. Most immediate past energy, Death in reverse, and the 9 of Coins. So, obviously death is an ending, whether it's upright or reverse. Usually in reverse, it's a resistance to change, resistance to transition, resistance to an end, which then makes room for a new beginning. Nine of Coins is typically about being independent, and but in this case, Nine of Coins is more like playing. It's enjoyment. It is using what is available to you to just have a genuine innocence. You know, it's a childlike play. Oh, trying to turn the volume down. But that also came out in reverse. So this is resisting, resisted something that was fun, that was happy, that was light, easygoing. You know, it's at an end and you don't want it to be, which could be, you know, the person or the situation that this is referring to. You know, this could be their energy, or it could be how you're perceiving that situation or person being toward this, you know, towards you. Present energy is 5 of Cups. In this particular card, usually it's about a loss, sadness, mourning. In this case, this is more like, this is the one I picked, and the other ones, it's kind of a temper tantrum-y card, really. And sort of this very gloaty sort of self-gratification, like, this is the one I chose, and all the rest of them can just go to hell. And haha, I win kind of energy. So Cancer, you may have, this is interesting considering the cards before. So there's this egoic, I win, I got what I wanted, and yet there is this ending here of something joyful and pleasant. Most immediate outcome, 3 of Swords. Normally this is a heartbreak card. This is really more of, in this deck, a protective, like a defensive. A necessary defense, protecting oneself, or protecting those around you from harm. You can see she's blocking this sword from flying in. But it could be a sword of truth. Blocking the truth. Which would then kind of explain yeah, I feel like this is a denial. I feel like this is kind of this holding on energy. This resistance, and in your head, it's like, I am going to get what I want. I am going to get what I want. And this ongoing, I don't want to know. I am blocking my knowledge. I am blocking out the truth. I am blocking out this. Yeah. That's what it is. Another defense card. Eight of Staves, Eight of Wands. It's usually rapid movement. In this case, it's a very controlled, prepared, geared up to move. It's not necessarily having moved yet. And very intentional, very purposeful. So you definitely want to move toward this situation that there's this desire, this, oh, Cancer, what are you doing? And the worst part is there's a recognition that who or whatever this is about, that they did not treat your emotions with care and compassion and respect and value. They did not treat you in a way that is deserving, and you are feeling that, and yet there is this resistance and this denial and this rejection of letting go because it felt so damn good. You know, this I feel like is in reverse at this point because it's in the past. But there's resistance to it. You know, I don't feel like the energy from the past changed, like the past energy is still upright, but because it's in the past, it is no longer available. And this is just, I'm going to get what I want. I'm not going to pick anything else. I'm not going to focus on anything else. This is where my heart is. And this is what I have my sights set on. It is very true to the Five of Cups in a traditional Rider-Waite. This is the only one I want. This is where my attention and focus is. And I am not going to look at everything else. I'm not going to look at this. I am not going to look at this being in the past. I am going to block it. So this is kind of an ongoing and still that desire to move toward. You are not willing to let this go. You want to seriously fight for this. You are not letting go of this, Cancer. Should you let it go? I feel like it's one of those things where surrender is necessary. You know, to surrender to what is, rather than resisting, rather than trying to control, pursue, go after, staying kind of, this is the only thing I'll accept. Because I feel like when these situations occur, and there's this level of hanging on and not going with guidance, we're actually resisting the allowance of that situation to come in when it's supposed to, if it's supposed to. And we are keeping ourselves stuck in this one place for what? For this? You know, if this is about a person, then either that person isn't right, the right person, even though it may feel like it, or they aren't ready. And no amount of pushing and holding on is going to make them ready any sooner. It's like watching a pot boil. You know, and you walk away from that pot and go be busy with something else you need to do for yourself. And you won't notice how long it seems like it takes. If you stand there literally and watch and wait for a pot to boil, it's going to seem like it takes forever because you're not being productive in other areas. You're being impatient. You're trying to control something you can't control. And just standing there staring at it isn't going to change what is. But if you walk away and you get busy with other things in your life, all of a sudden it's going to be like, oh crap, I forgot. And you may actually have to go and put more water in the pot so it doesn't scorch. And just be more mindful of what's going on in the background. So I feel like that's kind of what's going on here, is there's this very strong holding on and not wanting to allow things to be as they are. A lot of resistance, and that resistance is not going to help you move forward. So, Cancer, you know, I know it's not always easy to surrender, to release, to let go, especially if it's something you really, really feel like you want. But it's such a waste. It's such a waste to dump out all the opportunities and options. You know, for all you know, you may be settling. And because of attachment, whatever the situation is, whatever, it doesn't matter if it's a person or a job or a family member or a friend, attachment is attachment. But because of this emotional attachment, there's a stuckness. So I'd say really try and take some time to spend with just you, and do the best you can to release, to allow, rather than wait and control. You're not doing yourself or the other part any favors. You know, like I said, it's not going to happen any sooner, and it's just blocking you from doing other things that might be fulfilling for you also. So it is a choice. Emotion is emotion. We allow them. You allow the emotions be what they are. Pay attention to the thoughts, and pay attention to your doing. Pay attention to your body. And sometimes attachments just take time, but it doesn't mean we have to stay stuck in it, if that makes sense. So, I mean, you know, in the background, that pot's still got to boil, right? But sitting there watching it isn't helpful to you. And you might be nervous because, you know, you've scorched a pot before, ruined it, whatever. You know, so you take it in baby steps. You walk away for a minute and do something else. And you walk away for 2 minutes and do something else. Little by little. And eventually you will find that you may still have feelings for this situation or this person, but it's no longer stopping you from moving forward, if that makes sense. And that's really the thing. I mean, we feel how we feel. We're not trying to ignore or dishonor how we feel. We acknowledge that. We honor it. We attend to it. We meet it with compassion and love. But we don't allow it to take control and hijack our lives. And Cancers, we're really good at that. We are really good at allowing our emotions to hijack our lives, because we get so deep in it. And it takes us, we're so loyal, so committed. And when we love deep. So, you know, I get it. And you cannot let that energy hijack you. It is not in your greatest good, and it's probably a lesson. It's one we all eventually get, and especially as a Cancer. So I hope that helps. Baby steps in, and be gentle with yourself. Okay? All right, Leo. Let's see what we got for you. Overall energy for Leo for October 30th and 31st. Immediate path. Wow, okay. Present for Leo. Present energy for Leo, please. Present energy for Leo. It's another one. A lot of the same energies. Most immediate likely outcome. Most likely immediate outcome for this situation. Most likely immediate outcome for this situation, please. For Leo, for October 30th and 31st. Most likely immediate. Man, I keep saying that this particular Mercury retrograde has been intense, rough. A lot of shadows coming out. And most likely overall outcome for this situation, please. Most likely overall outcome. All right. Completion. Ten of Cups again. Yeah, this is something hidden in here. And I don't clarify these, so that's going to be interesting. All right, Leo. Nine of Cups in reverse. Overall energy. This is dissatisfaction, I feel. Took me a moment to come up with the word. It's like there is, it feels like there's this is the energy you want to be in, right? This kind of homey, balanced, entertaining, domestic, basically, which is what the Nine of Cups is. It's entertaining, domestic, happy home, happy marriage, you know, happy wife kind of energy. And this is the energy you want to be in, but it's, I feel like you kind of put on that image, but it's not actually how you feel. You know, it's like a, I don't want to say settling. It's more like giving up that this is going to happen. Pretending. It's like playing a house. That's what it feels like. It feels like you're playing house, but it's not what actually is, and you know it. You know that you're just playing house, and it just sort of, it's a band-aid to the reality of it not being there to you. Universe. This is effectively the World card in reverse. So something ended. And I feel like it was this in part, but this is the overall energy, so this is still in your present. But there's another situation that contained this energy that ended for good. Could have been divorce, could have been a separation, could have been moving, relocation, job, whatever it is, it's over, it's gone, it's not coming back. And so now it's time for a new beginning. Like that new beginning's how this is past, so that door is closed, transition to a new chapter. Okay. The World in reverse, it's the World card upright, it's an ending, but right after an ending there's a beginning. So as soon as it turns upright, it flips upside down because one door closes, another one opens. So you're in that space where the door closed, or the past was, the door closed, another door opened, you walked through it, and here you are in your present. Wow. Very reflective of the Nine of Cups here. We've got this Ten of Cups, and this one keeps coming out. And this particular Ten of Cups is really just a very careless, frivolous energy with emotion, with, you know, usually somebody that's not you. So somebody you're connected with, somebody who is being really kind of careless. And this is present. And you want to let it go. You don't want to hold on to this frivolous, careless with your emotions, careless with your heart, because you've already been through that, right? You've already been through that, but here you are in it again. So we've got this ending right here might as well just be continuing from what I'm gathering. It's the same situation, a different connection, but the same energy. You know, this carelessness, this pretending, this and this is not the energy I want to be in. And yet here you are. Two of Swords in reverse. Took me getting the energy from the rest to figure out this one, because this felt very hidden to me, and it is. Because it's ignoring truth. Leo, Cancer, it may be Cancer may be in your chart, Leo. Leo may be in Cancer's chart. It's a very similar kind of energy. Not the same, but this denial, not wanting to see it, this rejection of truth, and the fact that this one is a Two of Swords. You're not only rejecting the truth within yourself, you're also rejecting the truth of what is, what you see. You recognize or will recognize the situation as being a repeat. And what that tells me, Leo, is that you didn't learn your lesson the first time. Or second time, third. I don't know how many times this cycle has repeated. And that's what the world signifies. It's the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. It's a closing out of a chapter, except they can repeat in a different form. It's not a change in a behavior. It's not a change in beliefs. It's not a change in, it's not a change. It's an ending and a beginning. But they can butt up to each other and be the same lesson in a new connection, in a new experience with the same kind of energy, if that makes sense. So this prior one, let's say, for example, let's say this was a previous romantic relationship. That ended. It's not coming back. It's gone. You've moved on. They've moved on. You don't talk. You're not in connection. There's no love lost. It is dead in the water. It is over. Some time goes by. You meet somebody new. You get involved with them. Everything seems very, very different from the prior relationship. But it's not. It turns out it looks that way. It feels that way for a while, possibly. Could happen quickly. But, in your mind, it feels like a while, sufficient amount of time, whatever. And so you invest in it. You invest in it. And you're getting the same treatment, the same energy. So that's what this Five of Coins is. It's not holding on to, it's an investment in. And you don't want to hold on to this energy, and yet you're investing in it. You don't want to hold on to this energy, and yet you are investing in it. And you're not willing to see it. And the overall outcome, Six of Swords. Six of Swords is, Eight of Swords is self-sabotage. Six of Swords, I am drawing a blank all of a sudden. One second. Six of Swords. I am visually, because these cards have such a different energy, and why am I blanking out? Probably because it's calming waters. Okay. Thank you. So the traditional way, show you guys, is there's a lot of ways to interpret any card, really. But here's your traditional Six of Swords. Okay. That is not this energy. This is defense, and this is sameness. If you look, they're all in the same position. one after another. The only thing really different, they are wearing the same attire. They are in the same position. There is a whole bunch of identical. The one thing that differentiates is size, height, form, hair, very outward, external facts of appearance. So things look different on one hand, and yet they are all the same. And this is a very defensive stance as well. So what I get out of this, especially with the rest, Leo, is that you're defending your position. Even though it is a repeat, you are still defending the illusion of it, really. Swords can be about illusions, especially when there's denial and feeding something that your inner energy says no, but your outer energy is feeding it. You know, and I really think it's because of this sense of lack. This is what you want. This is what is. And so this situation is, at least it's something. It's very codependent. I don't even know if codependent is really the right word. It's more like, oh, it's an illusion. It's and the thing is, you know it's an illusion. You know that whatever this connection is, whether it's a job, a friend, a family member, a lover, it doesn't matter. You know that this isn't what you actually want. But it's kind of a settling energy, not just because something's better than nothing. You know, at least you can play house while it's here, which is really self-limiting, Leo. So for those that this resonates with, you know, choices, really look at what is driving that, because if this is a repeat pattern, you're not learning your lessons. You're not healing whatever it is that's underlying. And those patterns are going to continue to repeat. And what you've experienced in the past, you will continue to experience. That's kind of how it works. It's like repeating the third grade. You know, you don't learn how to read by the end of third grade, second grade, whatever, then you're going to be held back and you have to do it again. And you have to do it again until you learn how to do whatever it is that you're not learning how to do. Life experience works exactly the same way. So, Leo, for those, and that's so not Leo-like. So hopefully this is a connection that has recently come in and is more influenced by the current energies in a bigger sense. And once some of that settles down, you know, some of this will clear up for you. But if it's a repeat, then you may have a very toxic pattern going on. And by toxic, it's keeping you stuck. It's keeping you from your true, authentic self. And with that sameness, with that, not only is it a repeat of a pattern, but I also feel like it's kind of a keeping up with the Joneses sort of energy. Like maybe the reason you're settling is so that you can pretend to look like everyone else. You know, so it can look like you have this Susie homemaker life because everyone else has what looks like a Susie homemaker life. And that's what you want, and there's some envy going on. And that may resonate for a couple of you. I don't feel like that's really the underlying. I think it really has to do more with lack mentality and a lack of connection with the authentic self, and not going in and actually really looking at that. All right, Virgo. You guys have been working hard. Let's see what's going on with you. You guys have really been going deep. Let's see what you guys got going on this time for Friday and Saturday, October 30th and 31st. Overall energy for Virgo. October 31st. Overall energy. Interesting. Most relevant immediate past for the situation for Virgo. Most relevant immediate past energy. Relevant. Oh, alright. We'll see about that one. That one for sure. Could be. Ones that I'm not sure if it was my hand or if it was intended to come out. I'll set to the side. Present energy for Virgo. Virgo, you could be a Virgo Libra cusper. So you may want to watch the Libra reading. I have no idea what's coming out. This is a Libra card though. So most likely immediate outcome for this situation. Once again, Virgo, you and Geminis keep coming out with major arcana. Most immediate likely outcome. Immediate likely outcome for Virgo for the 31st. Wait a minute. We'll just go with the first one. Wow. A lot of water energy, guys. You may be connected with the water sign or have it very strongly in your chart. Most likely overall outcome, please. And resistance to an ending. Lovers, sideways. To me, immediately what I get out of this is indecision. Block. This is an issue within. A lack of connection with self that is manifesting externally. So there is the presence of a divinely guided connection, but that lack of union with the self within, that balance within, is being a block. King of Cups in reverse, past energy. Traditional, that would be, I see it as a Scorpio. This is a very divine energy. Someone that is a leader and very spiritually connected, especially with the dragon. Someone that normally would be very connected with their intuition and their essence energy, their inner truth, divinely guided, but it's in reverse. Came out in reverse. So this would speak exactly to this connection with self that's blocking the external. So this is absolutely a broken connection with your intuitive self, with your emotional body. This does show up in the past. So again, we have another water energy, this time Cancer. King of Cups, by some readers, can be seen as a Pisces or Cancer. It's a water energy, either way. The Moon, typically Cancer. And in reverse, this is starting to come out of this energy and connecting with the higher self, the intuition, to start to unveil the secrets within that you have not wanted to look at. So, Virgo, you may be starting to come out of this blocked energy, we'll see. I feel like this is at least a desire, whether or not you're actually moving into this space. But there is a connecting with this energy within. Now, what you do with it, Death card in reverse, and this Page of Staves, Page of Wands in reverse. This particular Page of Wands. You would not think of this lovely old man as a page, but a page is a messenger, and he brings in a message of wisdom and peace and compassion and connectedness with all that is, because he's connected within. And you can see it. I don't know if you guys can see it. The camera is probably a little fuzzy. But you can see that sense of peace and joy. He's not a wealthy man, but he's very content and recognizes the value in everything around him because he is connected with one self, inner self, divine self. Came out in reverse. Most likely overall outcome, Death card in reverse, which is complete and total resistance. So you start to get into the space, you start to connect, and maybe what it is you see something you don't want to see, and that sends you right back into this energy. Justice in reverse. Karma. This is, I feel like, Virgo, for those that are in this, because you've got 4 major arcanas out of 6 cards. So, and this could apply to anyone that's a cusper, Virgo, Libra, cusper, or with one or the other very strongly in the chart. Those two seem to be very, very tightly connected. And Virgo, I feel like this is a warning from the universe, from the divine. You are being guided to get out of this energy in reverse and into this energy. And there is something beautiful waiting for you, but more than that, it is something guided for a reason. The Lovers is a divine connection for a purpose. It's not just about love and romance, but there's purpose to it, something bigger than the self, something bigger than that connection. Now with the Justice reversed, Divine's coming for you. So this, I feel like these two here, this is to give you the opportunity to change this energy. There's one thing that none of us really want to do, no matter what you call the divine. You do not want to argue with God. Whatever that means. Because karma's a bitch. For real. And when you've got this much guidance, that is not the energy you want to bring down on yourself. You want this upright and bringing in that energy. Seriously. So Virgo, you have choice, of course. Choice does not mean free from consequence. When the divine steps in, it's gonna be in your best interest, because they do. They have your best interest and your highest good. And if you are resisting, then really you're resisting your own happiness and bliss and abundance and joy and fulfillment. And why would you do that? Why would you resist joy and peace and abundance? I mean, really. But in this case, when you have a divine connection like this waiting, there's a reason. So Virgo might want to check with your guides. All right, Libra. Moving on. So at the beginning and the end, Libra here, since I do timestamp, I'm going to let you know right now, you need to go back and watch that Virgo. I don't know what's going to come out for Libra, but that Virgo and Libra are often cuspers. Or rising. There seems to be a very solid connection between Virgo and Libra. A lot of crossover. So you guys might want to check out Virgo as well as your own. Because energy is fluid, so depending on where you are in the zodiac, or even if it's, your rising, your moon, that's all that good stuff. You'll know if it's for you. All right, Libra. But we are going to focus on your energy now. All right, Libra. Overall energy for 30th and 31st of October. Overall energy for Libra. Overall energy for Libra. overall for Libra. Most immediate past energy for Libra. Most immediate past energy for Libra. Same cards. Just for everyone. Present energy for Libra. Different storylines, but wow. Just says a lot about the energy that's going on in all the collectives right now. That's a first. I haven't seen that one yet. Most likely immediate outcome for this situation. And most likely overall outcome for this situation for Libra. Overall outcome. All right, Libra, sideways. 5 of Cups. You and Virgo. They got an indecision too. This is one of the reasons I'm saying Crosswatch. And it's having a desire for something specific, having had the opportunity at others, but this is the one you want. But there's no movement towards it. It's not currently in your grasp. It's just in your energy. Most immediate past. Whatever this was, it was good. It was fun. It was easy. It was accessible. It was available. This is a very playful, enjoyable, pleasant, fun, childlike, innocence, enjoyment. It's just enjoyment, play, excitement, happiness with what's right in front of you. There's not having to go out and look for anything. It's right there in front of you. And you just pick up what is available and you are just having a blast. This is a past energy though. Present energy. Libra. You ran away from that faster than... Jeez. Holy... You really ran from this. Big time. You had your piece of pie and you're like, I'm out of here. See ya. And the thing is, you actually enjoyed this. Maybe that's why this came out sideways. And because of this rapid running away, there's something not, this is swords, this is communication, thought. Oh. I see. Libra. Got all up in your head again. Your thoughts. You enjoyed this. Look at the, basically the shit-eating grin on this dude. Okay? He's kind of looking, it's almost like he's looking at a camera going, hey. Yeah, I had a good time. Now I'm out of here. So somewhere underneath that shit-eating grin, that good time, that wonderful, enjoyable, present energy, somewhere beneath that, all that is a sword. And going the other way. So you may have left this situation without being honest about what you thought, what you felt, whatever. Probably both. Because this is emotion. This is emotional energy. Most likely immediate outcome. Five of Staves upright is conflict, argument, disagreement. I often get it as an internal energy, internal conflict. It's in reverse. But with the Page of Swords is the overall likely outcome. And this swords with the swords on either side. And this running away and this sort of, I know I can take you sort of energy. Like I'm stronger than you. I can control. I'm in power. I've got jurisdiction here. I feel like this is basically just a shutting down of the internal conflict, not listening to it, not paying attention to it. So you're moving straight toward it and then shutting it the hell down. I mean, look at how he's looking towards this card. Like, you all better shut up or I'm going to come kick your ass. So I don't feel like this is a resolution. I think it's a shutting down. Not listening to yourself, not listening to the conflict that is in order to resolve. Instead, you're doing this kind of inner threatening. Like your ego mind, your thoughts are going to your drive, your passion, your desires, and saying, shut up. I don't want to hear you. I want to control the situation. I will make the decisions, and I'm the only one here. My thoughts, my decisions. Everybody else, my emotions, my drive, my passion, my desires can all shut up. Because it is not what my thoughts want. So your present energy of running away from whatever this situation is, and this page, this knight and this page, they're in cahoots, man. They're surrounding this conflict and keeping it quiet. And that conflict, that's what it's about. And your overall energy, that conflict is still there. It's still there. Just because you're not willing to listen to it doesn't mean it's not still going on. This is a whole lot of self-sabotage of desire, of something that you found fulfilling. It could be a job, it could be a relationship, it's something that you actually had that really felt good. It really felt good. And for whatever reason, you decided, I'm not sticking around for this. But you're deeper under the surface, under the thoughts, under the ego energy that's blocking you. How did I just lose that? Huh. You've chosen something, and you're conflicted about it. And that something you chose was whatever this was. And for whatever reason, you are in a whole lot of denial. There is a lot of denial in these readings. But you are, like everybody else apparently, in a lot of denial. And the only thing you're denying yourself is joy. So, you know, Libra, definitely go back and check out the Virgo reading. Is it the same situation or similar? Well, it's definitely similar. You didn't get the same major arcanas, obviously, that Virgo did. But if you are a cusper, that may give additional insight. And you'll know if it resonates or not. You'll feel the energy of it if it fits. And if it doesn't, that's fine. It will fit for some, it won't fit for all. So, hope that helps. You always have choice, Libra. Always. You know, and if you really want to deny the things that you enjoy genuinely, hey, it's up to you. You know, I don't know what it was that had you decide this was not a good idea, because it had an energy of being a great idea. So something in your thoughts said, nope, 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 nope. Something in your thoughts triggered. And take a look at that. Because if you're doing that in one area and it's showing up, chances are you're doing it in a lot of areas. And this is just the one that's most prominent right now. Doesn't mean it's the only one occurring right now. You know, that it looks like a relationship type situation, a person-to-person connection type of thing. However, that could apply to everything in your life. So it could be your hobbies, your work, your family life, your friendships. That energy can apply across the board to everything. So that tells me that there's probably something pretty big under there. I'm going to take a look at it. Because I imagine you're probably not feeling real great at the moment. You're wondering why. So hopefully that gives you some insight and gives you some space to start moving forward. Scorpio. Overall energy. Scorps. Yeah. I'm going to tease you guys a little dramatic much, Scorpio. A little, maybe. At least right now. And actually, Scorps, you guys might end up feeling a little dramatic or a little like life is really taking some crazy turns. Mercury in retrograde, in your sign, effective now. Actually, for a few days. But Scorps, you guys, Scorps and Libras in particular, you guys might be getting hit really hard with some intense energy and some very roller coastery type situations showing up. There may be a lot of drama showing up. Make sure you take a look at it, because chances are there is stuff within that's coming up that you may not have known was there, didn't know was an issue. All of that drama and craziness is, the door is wide open for you guys. And Libras and Scorpio, you guys both like to be in your head a lot. This would be the time to get out of the head and into the heart. And really go deep. So, but let's see what comes out. Scorpio, overall energy. Ace of Swords, that's all head energy. That's all thought energy right there. Most recent and relevant past energy. Recent and relative. Present energy. For Scorpio, present energy for Scorpio. Swords. Most immediate likely outcome for Scorpio. Wow, you guys are just flying out. Hold on, guys. Okay. Yep, there's a little break in there, guys. Sorry. All right. Overall likely outcome for Scorpio for the 30th to the 31st. Overall likely outcome. Oh, that one thought about it. Indecisive energy. That's what that Ace of Swords sideways is. Indecisive. And could be some debate about revealing something. It may be relevant, but we'll see. There's definitely some kind of indecision here. It's not a Two of Swords, it's Ace of Swords. It's not like a crossroads, it's all mind stuff, head stuff. And I do think it's an indecision about revealing something. A desire to, yeah. There's a desire to, but an uncertainty. Most immediate past energy. There might be more that comes out. Most immediate past energy. I love this Two of Wands, except for when it comes out reversed, as it did. This particular Two of Wands, when upright, this is like the ideal perfect couple. They've been together forever. They are balanced and well adjusted. There is a collaborative energy here. There is love that is held loosely with trust and a deep bond. And the biggest thing is partnership, you know, literal teamwork, partnership, collaboration. This isn't a giving and taking. This is a giving and receiving. Which is there's a big difference between giving and taking and receiving. Because we can't give or receive. We can't do one without the other. It's like the yin-yang energy. If we are incapable of receiving, then we can't truly give either. The space has to be there for both. But it came out in reverse, which suggests imbalance, inequality, and blocks between the inability to give and receive. And if you can't do one, then you can't really do the other. It is in the past, so we'll see what else there is. Page of Swords is a present energy, man. I really do not like this Page of Swords. It's got a very cocky, ready to fight, ready to go to battle, ready to he's just a jerk. Really, that's the energy. I'm sorry, Scorpio. This energy is somebody who's just a jerk. And that's your present energy. Now, is it that you're actually a jerk? No. It's when we're in an energy like this, we have our guard up. There is definitely a sense of defensiveness. There is a sense of masking, of trying to appear bigger and stronger than we actually are. It's a masking of vulnerability out of fear. Because we don't, especially if this is for a masculine Scorpio. You don't want to reveal your vulnerabilities. It's going to make you feel, your perception is that it's a weakness. It's going to make you open to harm. And so we guard and protect. This is like the Scorpio shell right here. This is, in this deck, I would probably say this is, even though it's swords, which is air energy rather than water energy, this very much has a scorpionic feel to it to me. This is that exterior. This is that guardedness, that secretiveness, that defensive, like, I am not letting you in. And I am going to defend my energetic space until I decide to do otherwise. Whether it's the right thing to do or not doesn't seem to matter. That's just how it is. My way or the highway kind of energy. And I will defend that. So very much in that exterior defense kind of mode. What's interesting is looking right at this couple. Looking right at this couple. Like, I'm coming after you. So, not sure what that's about. You know what just came through? Self-trust. The way the cards are positioned, You've got the young man looking at the old man. Scorpio, I feel like both these energies might be different aspects of you. This is the more open, vulnerable, honest, whole. And there is a disdain because the younger, the less mature version sees this old man as a weakness, as a liability, as somebody he can take and control, take down, win against, defeat. So you may be having some internal battle going on with yourself with two different aspects of you. Your intuitive, connected side, and then your more linear, concrete, this reality side. Most likely, immediate outcome, Ace of Staves, Ace of Wands. Usually that indicates a passionate new beginning. Not seeing that in this card, never have, not in this deck. This one, I feel like it's more like wanting what you can't have. There's kind of a yearning energy here. Being solo. This looks like ice, like mountains. And there's a distance, there's a gap between where he is and getting to wherever it is. He's looking way up there. How the hell do I get there? How do I get from here to there? And I want to be there, but that's not where I am. I'm over here by myself. But whatever, there's something over there that I want to get to. But there's no way, there's no bridge. There's no, you see the path that's there. But there's nothing connecting the 2 points. So you're looking at it going, okay, now what? I got this far, now what? I really want to get there. And how am I supposed to get from here to there? And the Ace of Wands is that planning phase, that I want to do something. I desire to move toward. I desire to move toward this point somewhere in this mountain. But there's no path through yet. This is most likely immediate outcome, overall outcome, 3 of Cups. Oh. Sideways. This could be reconciliation. Could be third party. Could be celebration. I don't think it's celebration. It feels like it's either third party, so it could be a different storyline for 2 different groups that are in this same energy. So it could either be third party or reconciliation. It could be reconciliation with a third party. Who knows? You know. But that makes a lot of sense here. If there is kind of this relationship that is not ideal, but was meant to be isn't, and there's kind of this disdain for it. Oh, wow. Oh, ouch. You're angry with yourself, Scorpio. I don't feel like it's a regret. I feel like with this kind of energy and present, it's like, why the hell did I make this decision? Because this is the energy I was looking for, and this is the energy I ended up with. What the fuck did I miss? And there is so much resentment towards that you. And you're like, I'm just, if I could go back to the past, I would, there's some stuff I would do. And the immediate future is basically, you've got all three characters. Let's say this, although it's a younger, innocent, more naive, kind of youthful, masculine energy. Then you've got this older guy who, you know, this is what you thought was going to be, what you felt like was going to be, what you intended to be, but it came out in reverse. And you kind of feel like right here, you're looking at this impossible situation, and you are pissed at you because you know that you're the one that set this up. And you're not blaming the situation as it is now. You're blaming yourself in the past for setting you up for this. And your overall energy, Ace of Swords sideways. I think these are truths that are just now starting to come forward. Movement into realization and recognition of the thoughts. Maybe some denial of these thoughts, of these perceptions and beliefs. So I feel like there's a recognition, and at the same time, as they're coming up, that can't be what it is. So kind of a pushing away as well. And that's why the energy is sideways. It's not so much transitional, it's you got two things going on. You've got it coming in, and then you've got that pushing it away. But the overall Three of Cups, I do feel like this is either desire for, I feel like this is a reconciliation, like you want to reconcile with someone. It may or may not be a third party reconciliation, but there is definitely a desire for a reconciliation. And for whatever reason, and you know what? Look at how I always put the overall energy at the top. And you've got this Ace of Swords looking dead at this Three of Cups. I want that back. I want that back. I don't want this isn't what I signed up for. I signed up for this. That's not what happened. What I got was this. That's not what I signed up for. These are some hard truths, Scorpio, for those that this applies to. Obviously, this is not going to resonate with every Scorpio. Not every Scorpio is in a long-term commitment. For the ones that do, that this does apply to, yeah, there's going to be resistance. Because that's some hard stuff to look at. And the reason this is in the recent past is because these realizations are just now starting to come into the awareness. And that's what you are being defensive about. And there's resentment toward yourself. And I think all this is kind of occurring pretty simultaneously. It's not so much in a linear transition. I think it's kind of all coming in at once. Like each one of these realizations is coming in and hitting hard. And more, there is focus and attention on this. Now, what exactly is this reconciliation about? You know that. But whatever it is, it could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could... Okay, it's not something with work. It could be, but in truth, it's yeah, no. But it's not, but it is a person, and it is someone that obviously you felt very connected and attached to, somebody important to you, that there's some kind of separation. Now, how exactly, the only reason I would credit this as being a third party or a possible third party is because of this energy right here. And this he's solo, and yet there's obviously this long-term commitment. And this long-term commitment isn't over. It's still present. This is not a separation. I mean, it's a separation between energy and emotion, but not a physical separation. You're still in this connection, and you are not feeling real happy about it right now. That may be temporary. You know, this could be to bring up some inner truths that just need to be dealt with and resolved. You know, it's not saying that you should actually move toward this reconciliation and or third party. The point is to point out that these thoughts and feelings are present so that they can be looked at and resolved. And this energy, this resentment here, so you've got two different connections going on that need some resolution, that need some resolve within you. How you deal with it externally, I think that's kind of part of what this is how do I deal with this? I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to look at it. How do I deal with this? I don't want to see it. How do I deal with it? You know? What I will tell you, Scorpio, is if you don't deal with it, it's going to come up again and again and again. So probably some time to spend with yourself and figure out what all this mess is really about. Because I feel like there's something underlying within that is kind of driving this divided situation where you're not really very happy in this connection, but it's the one you chose, and lamenting, really, it feels like really lamenting for the first time the loss of this connection. And maybe it's the first time this connection has been lost. Maybe it's just now coming to your awareness. You know, how long has this connection been present? I don't know. Everybody's story is different in the details. But there's obviously something within you that is underlying all of this. And that is what needs discovery and healing. This is the surface stuff. These are the indicators, the symptoms. This is what's seen. But there's something else. So, Scorpio, I hope that helps. It's going to be a very uncomfortable situation. Especially with the denial, you know, there may be, you know, some sense of guilt or shame for feeling the way that you do. You feel how you feel. Honor that. Give it space. You know, it's not the emotions that are incorrect. It's the judgment and the thoughts about how we feel. It's how we end up in that very defensive, guarded sort of energy. And we don't have the capacity to be honest with ourselves or other, because we attach a meaning, we attach a judgment. Oh, I shouldn't feel that way. I should feel guilty. I should feel ashamed. I should hide this. No, they're emotions. You know, we can't control how we feel. We can control the thoughts that drive emotion. We can control the thoughts about emotion. We can control the thoughts about the situations and circumstances our emotions have gotten us into. But emotions are just, they're present. They're there. And they're fine. There's nothing wrong with how you feel. It's what you're doing with it and what you're doing around it. It's the thoughts, which we can control. And the judgments. Those are the problem. So take a look at that. Moving on, Sagittarius. For October 30th to 31st for Sagittarius. All right, overall energy set. Ooh, wow. All right. And immediate past energy for this situation for Sagittarius, October 30th to 31st. Most immediate past energy, relevant past energy. Most immediate past energy. Looks like you guys are doing something again, Saggies. Wow. Present energy for Sagittarius for 30th to 31st. Money. You guys are determined to get 2 for your present. All right. Most likely immediate outcome for this situation for Sagittarius. Most immediate likely outcome for this situation, please. I hate that sun card. Most likely overall, explain. So before I get into the energy of the reading, guys, I just made a comment that I hate this Sun card, which is supposed to be the happiest card in the deck. Not in this one. There's a lot of dark energy. It's a conflict, really. So, but we'll get there. Just kind of wanted to give you a little bit of a heads up as to the reason. All right, overall energy, strength in reverse. This is letting go of misplaced control and power. This is more about pulling your energy back toward yourself to empower and move through whatever it is needs to be moved through within, rather than trying to exert yourself by force on the environment external. This is more of a correction of how you are applying your energy, your power, your strength. You know, it's so interesting how different the energies are in this deck. You know, cards like this you want to get in reverse. Sun card, which did come out in reverse, you want to get in reverse. Normally, these are cards that you want upright. Not in this deck. Wheel of Fortune. This is an end to something. Not necessarily the whole end. It's more like the end of something within something. So it's the end of a chapter in a book. This whole storyline is the book. Something in that book has ended to allow for a new beginning. It could be a belief system. It could be a habit. It could be a behavior. It could be a pause in a connection in order to heal and come back together. It's not necessarily that it's temporary. It's that whatever it was that was no longer serving has ended. But we'll find out what that was no longer serving that ended. Seven of Swords in reverse and Eight of Coins in reverse. You are not investing in a conflict situation anymore. You are not putting your resources, your energy, your time, anything into some kind of situation that created conflict. And it's not just internal conflict, it's external conflict. This is somebody, something, a situation, a circumstance that was creating a whole lot of drama. And you're like, I'm done. I am not putting anything more into this. I am done. I am done. So the opportunity to invest in it has ended. And you are totally on board with that. You are not trying to go back. So you and universe are in alignment. These are major arcanas, and you are going with the flow of it. You are allowing, there is no love lost here. This could be a work situation. Like, it could be you got fired, lost your job, company closed, you quit, you walked out. I almost get a walking out energy. Like, you know what? I recognize my worth and my value, and I can't change the situation and environment and circumstances here. So I am going to change the situation, circumstances within myself, and I am walking away. Here's my 2 weeks. See you later. And it's something that's being very supported, obviously, with these two majors. So you're balancing within that we've been seeing over and over again, Sagittarius. This is really working in your favor, and you are not putting up with less than in any context at this point. Can I be a Sagittarius? Will you guys let me into your club? I totally After these readings for the last couple weeks, Sagittarius, you guys, holy cow. Sun card in reverse. This particular sun card upright. This is a whole lot. This is like the sun and strength, both Leo. So I don't know if you are in some way connected, if it's in your chart really strongly. But this is Sagittarius. This is, wow. So you're beginning and ending in the same energy. You're beginning and ending in the exact same energy. This is like a one-time situation, and it is going to lead you to happiness and abundance. And in fact, Hangman or Hanging Ghost in this deck. This is totally about seeing well beyond what is in your immediate field of view. This is, you're being able to see long range. You're being able to see what's underlying. You're being able to see between the lines. You're being able to see the tone and the energy. And you know what? I am not going to look at, there's one Pentacles. There's one card of Pentacles, which is this one. And you're like, I am so not even paying attention to that. What I am paying attention to is this. I am paying attention to what is within me. I am paying attention to using my energy to support and protect myself, my abundance, my happiness, my joy, my bliss, because whatever this was not making you happy. Like I said, it was a lot of drama, a lot of conflict, and you're like, oh, hell no. I can do better. You may not have had anything else set up, but you're like, try me. I don't need this. I know my worth. I know my value. I know that I inherently deserve better than to be treated with this kind of, or to be exposed to this kind of energy. This is not abundant, happy, healthy, powerful, blissful energy. And Sagittarius, out of all the signs, you guys have consistently shown this kind of strength, this kind of growth and connection with the divine, connection with yourself, connection with other, consistently. It's pretty impressive. And obviously, every single reading, I think it's been every single reading, pretty literally, Sagittarius, divine is intervening. And you know what? I have to direct every other sign to Sagittarius. Because this is what happens. This is what healing does. This is what abundance looks like. This is what manifesting your reality, creating your own reality, creating your life the way you want it to be, and finding that happiness, that joy, that bliss, that everything that everybody is looking for. Sagittarius, you are currently the shining example of what is on the other side of the healing journey. This is what you are creating for yourself, and you are not willing to compromise your strength and power, your happiness, your intuition, and much less your connection with the divine. Like, oh, hell no. For this? I'm going to sacrifice all that for this? Right. Now, what's that? I'll keep my power. Thank you very much. Yes, I know they're in reverse. Traditional writer rate, Ruh-roh, George. Rider Waite, having them in reverse would not be a good thing. This deck, they're in reverse. They're the equivalent of upright in a Rider Waite. Just the energy of them. Just how it comes through. Yeah, Saggies. We can all learn from you. So keep it up. I mean, I really, I would say out of all the zodiacs, Sagittarius, often Gemini, end up having like just the most powerful readings of movement and ascension and growth and development. It's pretty impressive. So I will be directing everybody to check out the Sagittarius and just kind of see what it looks like when you're genuinely in your power, when you are genuinely getting close to that end of the healing journey. I mean, there's still stuff that's always going to show up like that, Do you deserve to be treated with that kind of conflict and drama and disrespect? No, of course you don't. And you know it. It still showed up. Do you deserve it? No, but it still showed up. So what do? You honor yourself. You change what's in your reality. And when we hear that we are creators, we create our own reality, that's what it looks like. Because we have choice. We can choose to accept or decline the energy that's coming in towards us. And our foundation and commitment and dedication and value of self is what allows us to discern what is going to harm us and what is going to uplift us. We have to have that sense of value and worth and love for self in order to determine circumstances that are harmful, that are toxic, psychologically, emotionally, financially. And Sagittarius, man, you guys got it down. You don't let in any of the riffraff. And that's awesome. And it's awesome that that's the energy that I have the privilege of pulling so that others can hopefully see what it looks like. And that's incredible. So Sagittarius, for the collective that reading applies to, thank you very much for coming through. It is invaluable that is the collective energy that I am privileged enough to pull from. And I want to thank you guys for sharing that. Because I can't pull energy that you're not willing to share. So you are definitely doing a larger good than you probably realize. And that's another part of the healing journey when we get to where Sagittarius is just by inherently being the example. Then that higher level vibration is shared and spread. And that's what we're all here to do right now. So with much love, choices, all about the choices. See you guys soon.